This is what I've really been getting into lately. Here is my little Ghani garden. There is the green Nepthia. I keep a nice healthy chunk of this at all times. Hey, what's up, Reefers? I'm Reefer Matt, and welcome back to the Reef Cave. Well, this is the February update video. We got some problems with the tank here, but it's not all bad news. So let's have a look, shall we? All right, in the start, here is the 75-gallon SBS tank. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do an update video or not. I was kind of bummed out, but you know what? You guys are my favorite people, and I like to talk to you, so that just makes me feel a little better about what's going on with this tank. So let's get into it a little bit. Just in case you didn't watch the last video, this tank, I've had an issue. All the Matsupora are dying, but it seems to have leveled off as far as what was going on. I'm not sure exactly what the cause is. I did switch salt brands. I don't know if that's it. I had a few little issues, so there's no pests. So I'm still trying to figure out what the cause was, but I dimmed the lights down and did a few other things. I sent out for an ICP test, so we'll see what's up. I wasn't real concerned until I started seeing my Acropora dying off a little bit. They got some white tips there. You can see that. And I also have some STN going on my Slimer, which it is growing a little bit more, or the area is getting a little bit bigger there. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Like I said, I'm not sure what the cause is. There wasn't a huge elk swing or anything like that. So I'm just watching this tank, and you know, not really much I can do at this point other than wait on the ICP test. And even then, there's not much I can do. It's just, you know, things happen, and you just get through it. The coral is still doing good, though, believe it or not, is this Walt Disney here. Probably because this coral's been through a lot, and I'm going to go ahead and knock on some plastic of the tank here. But this coral's been through a lot, so maybe that's why. Maybe it's a little more hardy, but as you can see, there's some white tips on this one too. So I'm just keeping an eye on this tank right now. I'm not doing anything crazy with it. I was going to add some more coral and cut some, but I put in another Matsupora over here, and it started STNing or maybe even RTNing a little quickly. So I put it back in the other tank for now. So I'm just keeping an eye on things, and I'll post up the parameters as they are for today right here, so you can see what's going on with the elk and that. But so far, oops, we're just in a holding pattern. So I'll see what's going on. And that is a 75-gallon SBS tank. And so I don't know if you noticed or not, but I made little shades for my Kessels here because I was tired of sitting in my lazy boy chair and these lights were in my eyes. So I 3D printed these little shades. They're magnetic, and they just stick right to the light. Just like that. So then when I'm sitting down, it's basically like that. I don't get the light in my eyes, which is really nice. So I'll be offering those too, because I think other people who have Kessels might be interested in them. And I'm real happy with the way they came out. So the reason why I'm not too upset about the 75-gallon SBS tank is because I do have this frag tank here, which has SBS in it. I have Acros and Montes in here. But why I'm leaning to maybe where I changed my salt mix is the culprit, because I have some Matsupora in here. You can see the Monte caps in the back there, and they're slow. They're kind of dying off a little bit too. So I'm on high alert for that. I just, you know, it wasn't a big change. The alkalinity is where I keep it, so it was just a different brand. I went from the Reef crystals to the Waterbox sea salt, which they advertise for soft corals, because the calcium and magnesium isn't as high as their Reef salt, but I dose it up anyway. So for me, that's not a big deal. And I don't think it's the salt. I don't know what it is, but maybe it is. Who knows? But these coral are doing good. The Acros are doing real good in here. And there's my little fishy friends there hanging out. This rabbit fish here keeps the tank pretty clean. I got to rehome him soon. He's getting too big for the tank. But yeah, things are going pretty good in this tank. This is my little Acropora collection here. And some of these I do frag and sell when I do frag swaps. And what's really cool is my Stylophora, my pink Stylophora back here is finally starting to grow out a little bit, so that's cool. I don't see any pink stylo around my area, or bird's nest for that matter, the Serietopora, so I want to grow some of that out. But this is the 50-gallon SBS frag tank, except for obviously Nemo Jr.'s Elegance Coral there. That thing's huge. It's like the size of a softball now. But this tank's doing pretty good. I've just been watching it too. Like I said, I'm on high alert for everything. I'm just kind of squinting at that back there, and there's a few other Montes that are kind of browning out, so we'll see. Hopefully that ICP test will come back soon and maybe give me some insight. But that is the SBS frag tank. All right, and over here is a tank that is doing very well. I just got a little bit of hair algae in it I got to clean out, but this is largely an LPS frag tank, but it is a mixed tank. I tried to keep separate tanks, like for LPS and Softy and SBS, but this is a mixed tank because it does have some zoas in it over here. These zoas, for some reason, prefer this tank over my Softy tank that has zoas in it, so they stay in here. Here is my little Goni garden. Some of these will be available at the frag swaps coming up here in Michigan, the Ann Arbor and Sterling Heights. A lot of these frags will be going with me. But I also enjoy growing them out and watching them. This torch here I just got, it's basically the same as this one over here. It's just this one over here was finicky too when I first got it, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll open up. It was opened up a little earlier, so we'll see. But other than that, everything's going pretty good in here. I do got some newer things in. Like I said, I got an Elegance Coral here. I'll be offering that, and I got some cool Acan Echinatas here. Look at those. I really like the color on those. And I got some other miscellaneous ones. Got some, they call them button scolies back there. Got a few of those and some other odds and ends that I didn't have in here previously. There's my little torch garden. So everything in here is doing pretty good except for this newcomer here. So I'm keeping an eye on it and we'll see what happens. But all in all, not too bad. And that is the LPS frag tank. All right, in this tank, you're going to see a lot of things that I've been working on. You'll see all these little baskets here. I've been really getting into 3D printing lately, and I'm making products for reefing. I only offer them at frag shows right now, but I will be getting them on my website. I mean, I have a website started. I just don't have it really active yet. But I made these frag racks here with my logo on them, or I should say my business name on them. And these little baskets here are for frags to keep mushrooms or leathers or stuff like that, because even when you rubber band them down, it still kind of cuts them in half if you don't get the pressure just right. So I made these little baskets. They got a hole in them so you can put a frag plug in there. And as you can see, they grow right out. Some of them have already started to attach, so I took the top off. I got deeper ones or shallower ones depending on how thick and big the coral is. So I thought that was pretty neat. I was like, there has to be an easier way, and that was just something I came up with pretty quickly, actually. So 3D printing is something I've been getting into a lot lately. I made this little rack down here, and also those little baskets there. There is the green Nepthia. I keep a nice healthy chunk of this at all times. And then I frag it up. As you can see, they're in some of those little cages there. And hopefully they'll attach soon and I can share them with other people. And a lot of the coral from the 75-gallon I put in here. There's some colonies here. There's bird's nest. There's Montipora digitata. It's not doing so well because it was in the tank when the Montes started to go. And then I have over here the big colony of Pasillipora that was almost breaching the water. I finally took it out. That was in the upper right, and I got it in here for now. I got to figure out what to do with it. I'll probably sell some frags and trade some frags, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the whole colony yet. But I got some other miscellaneous things in here. I got some zoas and a lobo there. And this mini Scully or whatever it's really called. That guy's just in here to chill out. It wasn't doing so good in the other tank, so I was going to see how it's doing in here. There's Nemo, the butthead. He likes to bite my fingers. Every time I stick my fingers in there, he likes to bite me. But yeah, things are going okay in this tank. I do have it on Alpha Reef now, so I think that did make a difference. And like I said, I'm really getting into 3D printing, and I'll show you that here in a minute too. But this is the Softy frag tank. All right, and here's the big boys tank. This is a 135 gallon fowler, which I really need to clean the back glass on. There's Leonidas, the big lionfish. He's doing good. I just fed him yesterday, and he ate a ton yesterday. So did Puffs. Puffs was cruising back and forth. That's Puffy. There is Finn, the mascot for the channel. People ask me why I didn't make Puffy the mascot. And I was like, honestly, I didn't really think about it. Puffy's like my favorite fish and everything. But I don't know. I just like the Emperor Angels too. So Finn's sort of the mascot for the channel. But and that's his name. And there's Brownie, the fox face, bicolor fox face back there, Fiji fox face. And Bandit, the Huma Huma trigger right there. They all get along pretty good, even though this is sort of a predator tank. It used to be a predator tank. I used to have an eel and stuff. This guy, I don't have a name for yet. I just kind of call him Butthead for now. The birdfish. So if you can think of a cool name for him, let me know in the comments, please. Yeah, he's really cool too. He's a piggy. But all these guys get along for the most part. Finn just kind of goes around and acts like he's the boss. He'll sit there and grunt at everybody. But plenty of room for these guys to swim around. And that is a 135 gallon fowler tank. So excuse my mess here, but this is what I've really been getting into lately. My two 3D printers. I have a Creality Ender K3 there. And then I have the Bambu Lab A1 with the AMS. And I can make all kinds of things. I actually make my own designs and then I print them out. And that's the fun part, just trying them out on things, and then I keep tweaking my design until they work really good. And then here's some of them little baskets. These are the taller ones. So you could put taller, bigger frags in them. So I thought that was pretty neat. There's a little hole for a frag plug, and then I'm just printing out the tops for those. Then over here, I'm making another shade for the Kessel, the A360X light. So I'll be looking at doing other shades as well. If I can just get the lights, I can make those too. So yeah, this is really what I'm getting into. This is something that's really fun for me along with reefing. It's like a whole nother addiction. So here on my messy pool table that I never use, here's some of the magnetic frag racks that I made. I designed these myself and printed them out. And they're good for 1/2 inch thick glass. I tested them on the 135 gallon fowler tank and they worked pretty good. I even loaded them up with frag plugs and made sure they were up to the challenge. But I'm real happy with how these came out. And I also came out with some other products here. There's those little baskets I was talking about for the frag plugs. And these are the old style frag racks I used to make. Here's the new style. A little more sleek, I think. And I got different colors for that, and for now I got 2 different sizes too. I got a little mini one, so that's some of the things I've been working on, is making things like that, 'cause that's fun stuff to do and I really enjoy it. Well, that'll do it for this video. I'm Reefer Matt. Thank you for watching and happy reefing.